Jose put me on to the opening fireside chat in San Jose last May. And I talked about anything next gen. People know me to be the chief mentor of next gen leaders. And I was very grateful and gratitude, right? Grateful to be on Mark's podcast. And
I was grateful.
We had some fun together. Leaders Who Care, that's his podcast. And I think what's important to me, and one thing that I would advise, especially younger people, is when you meet the person for the first time, don't just go out there and be transactional and say, hey, what do you do? I hate that when I hear that. Right? Mm-hmm. Strangers, like, the first thing I ask, like, what do you do? It's like, you're being very transactional. You want to assess who I am when they talk to me or not. Why don't you ask something like, sincerely, from your heart, what's important to you? Ask that question instead. What's important to you? Then they could tell you whether it's personal or family or work. What's important to you? If work is important to you, talk about your work. So I would say that besides my family and friends, and when it comes to family, it's got two parts, God's kingdom and then my own family. My kids are 27 and 24. My favorite dad joke is that I look like I just graduated high school, but my kids are 27 and 24.
And they're super cool.
And it's super cool. You met one of them. Oh, she's a fireball. The tiny little one, she's a little fireball. And we're gonna bring him to Hamptons, to Opal Hamptons.
They're hotter than Mafia.
They know me. The Mafia, right? Oh, by the way, the Mafia with a capital A's. My older daughter Sabrina said innovation. She said, Dad, we are the Mafia. I said, okay, what does that mean, honey? Capital A, the Ma family. You know, your family relationship,
yep.
Love, joy, and always learning, right? We're all imperfect people. Besides family and friends, my two biggest passions, I guess, is being a bit of a high-level rainmaker. We're building another very exciting tech company, so I'm channeling my resources, my energy into that. God willing, that thing is going to take off like a freaking rocket ship starting sometime this year. Second thing is being a chief mentor in my family business, 3EQ, Rosemary, you know. 3EQ is my tiny little family business. The number 3 is taken, so I have to spell it out, THREEQ. And the biggest role there is being the chief mentor. And over time, I guess, you know, we all work at it, and I build, I guess, a reputation. People know me to be the chief mentor of next gen leaders. So when it comes to next gen leaders, let's start with Gen Z, high school kids, college kids, and then the working young adults, my daughters included, the millennials, the Gen Xers, the boomers. My latest private client student, in fact, is a 60-something-year-old boomer. She wants me to kick her ass, get her to be more competitive, improve her mindset, skill set. Because what I find is that when it comes to human beings, right, we're all individually different. Every person is different. Every family is different. Every parent is different. In her case, she wants to become more competitive. She wants to be more successful. She wants to improve part of her soft skills and mindset. Sometimes people don't know what they don't know, no matter how successful you are, even billionaires. And they would appreciate some third-party, trusted third-party advisor to help them. Like, we are all in some ways third-party trusted advisors, right, to help the people we serve. So what's important to me is, for those that get my help, what can I do to improve what I call the 4S and 3EQ? What can I do to help them prepare real well and achieve the greatest results and outcomes possible in the most important goals to them that's relevant to the life stage? Like when it comes to high school, in most cases, it's about college admissions. Although I was a TU fellowship mentor before, these are kids that drop out from top schools and build companies, and some of them become billionaires and centimillionaires in the late 20s. It's amazing. I know some of them. But when it comes to high school, it's about college admissions in most cases. When it comes to college and grad school, it's about the career, first job, stress, anxiety management. A lot of kids go to Ivy schools are stressed out of their minds. Okay, high anxiety. Some of them depressed. A few of them even suicidal. It's not as pretty. As
Jason,
what you think.
only because we have a lot of people, so I'll cut you up, and I want to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
You're hitting on something that we all have some sensitivity to.
Yeah.
My son's 28. I have a 24-year-old daughter. a lot of us, have kids that are younger. All the influence between social media, things going on,
Yes.
AI, the danger is we're hearing that suicides among young people, all-time highs.
Yeah.
What do you, in light of that, you're trying to impact next gen to
Right.
see, have clarity, to make themselves stronger.
Yes.
How do you approach the maladies, the issues of the society and the technology, all the things that influence negatively?
Yes.
Do you address that? Do you?
Absolutely huge, because let me be blunt. Okay, in the
Please.
Bible, okay, the devil wants to destroy you, or the devil wants to deceive to destroy you. If that doesn't work, the devil is going to distract you. Got it? So there's a lot of distractions out there. So part of what I do is to shape them to make them more self-aware, because self-awareness is the basis for leadership, for relationship and respect. Be self-aware first about how the world really works. Here's what's really happening. And let's go to you individually, because each person's different, right? Then what can I do to kind of help you clarify what your most important goals are, prepare real well, and then shape your mindset, your soft skills, your strategies, your execution ability. Along the way, what I kind of raise what I call the pragmatic, emotional, social leadership intelligence. But it starts with your spirit first. Wrap around that with resilience, adaptability, tenacity in the right direction, compassion. Wrapped around that with your soft skills, critical thinking, communication, curiosity, collaboration.
So if I asked you for
and so
4 bullet points to
Yeah.
tell a person's next gen,
Right.
what are the things they should do to make themselves stronger? 4 just bullet points, without going into detail. What should they do?
Raise what I call your 4S and 3 EQ, okay? Is my framework. Raise your visionary story, which includes your character, your belief system. Raise your emotional and mental state of mind management. Raise your interconnected strategies, whether it's academic, activity, we're working, then it's career, business, next level success, correct? Raise your soft skills, critical thinking, curiosity, communication, one-on-one conversation, listening, public speaking, writing, and collaboration, people skills.
Listen.